Seems like time for another update on the garden. Didn't have a lot of success this year, to be quite honest. We got some potatoes and quite a bit of tobacco actually, but I don't know whether that's a good thing or not. It smokes quite nicely. I don't know whether that's a good thing or not either, really. But there we go. The chickens have been laying all summer, so you know, there's food coming in off the garden, and as I say, we've got a load of potatoes as well. So we'll have a quick look around because this is actually well, tomorrow is the last day of September, so after this I'm not expecting a great deal of things to be growing in the garden, but we'll have a look round. The artichokes did quite well in the end. I think there's quite a few in the tubs there to eat, so that's good news. The carrots just kind of ran wild, really. Those sacks just went crazy, and there's not a great deal going on, but we got a few carrots out of it, and I'm going to kind of transplant some, try and get a bit more going on. And there is a cat, or there was. What are you doing, puss? Oh, she's bothered by the sound of the tractor. And there's another cat. They're both here, they're never far. Some very small tobacco plants here. These are ones that didn't really do very well, but no point throwing them out. There's kind of probably a cigarette's worth on there. And they do have very nice flowers when you're not standing on a cat. They've gone a little bit past it now, but it is a nice one up here. This is where the first early potatoes went in, that kind of February, I think. And they did okay, actually. I dug quite a lot of potatoes out of there, and I've sort of redone it and put fresh compost on, and I've planted some leeks there. The leeks really didn't do very well in the summer, but they will grow a bit over winter, so I've got them all planted here. Hope springs eternal. And there's the last few of the spuds out of that bit of ground there, that last patch of ground. That's about all that's left now, but we've eaten well, and that is actually only one row that I've dug up so far. If we come over here, there's the two tyres. They didn't do as well as I expected, the tyres. I'm not complaining because Mother Earth gave me loads of potatoes, but those are the tyres. The sage plant in the middle is looking very sorry now, but it produced a great deal of sage which is hanging up drying in the kitchen. And this was the second row of potatoes was along here, and the third row was along the other side. I haven't dug them up yet, but there's plenty in there, which is fantastic. Coming over here, this is the kale. I don't think I told you a lot about the kale, actually. There was too much going on at the time, so I didn't get to vlog about it, but that's the kale. That's something that grows through the winter as well, so we're far from there yet. You know, there's still plenty of room for progress. More bad carrots there, really. Some of them have completely gone to seed, so I don't know what's going to happen there, but they didn't grow too well either. Hence why I kind of left them to, not exactly rot, but I left them to their own devices. And over here we've got some leeks which are kind of overrun with nettles and stuff, and the compost from the chicken shed there slowly breaking down. But we've got a few leeks in there, and I've been slowly digging them out and putting them in new soil to hopefully grow a bit more over the winter. And here is a bag of that new soil. It's a cattle food bag which is sort of folded down. I'm going to put some more compost in. There's a bag of it there waiting to go in, so I'll put that in, raise the level up a bit, and transplant some of these carrots. There's a few late stragglers planted into that new bag of soil there. They're hanging around all over the place, but I did put them in straight rows, honestly, so I'm hoping they're going to come up straight and grow a bit more through the winter, because carrots certainly will. Carrots will keep growing all winter here. I've been quite surprised by that in the past. They'll just get bigger and bigger. Leeks, I'm not so sure of these ones. They will, generally speaking, but I'm not sure. These were very cheap seeds, actually. Well, they cost me a lot. They cost me 5 GBP, 5 British pounds. And it said on the packet 75 pence, which is 3/4 of 1 British pound. So they were really kind of overinflated price on eBay. But it was all I could get at the beginning of summer. I tried to buy seeds from our best, I would say our best British seed supplier, which is Mr. Fothergill's, and they just didn't arrive until it was much too late to plant them. They were having trouble because of the big virus going around. They were short of staff and everything. So I've put those seeds away and I'll be planting them next spring. But for now, this is all that's left of the leeks, really, that are likely to do any good, and the carrots. I've got another strip down here, which I'm going to be clearing out. I've started clearing it out, but I'll finish it off and feed all those weeds to the chickens and the cats if they want them. Do you want weeds, cat? She doesn't care. But yeah, there's always something to do, so that's kind of what I'll be doing through the winter. Get all this soil turned over through October, because when you turn the weeds and everything over, any roots that are left in the soil, as long as you keep turning it over, when they're on the top, the frost will actually kill them, which is great, because any tiny bit of root that's left in there, even just like a hair of a thing, has got all the DNA and all the ability to grow into a new weed next year. So we minimize that by turning over the soil as much as we can. So there we are. Tobacco plants grew nice and big. They're trying to poke out of the top of this thing, which is 2 meters tall. I stripped most of the leaves off just because they were starting to look a bit sorry, so they're hanging up in the kitchen, and some of them are actually just about ready to be smoked now. But we'll let these ones go on as long as we can possibly kind of bear to do it, because I mean, they're not going to grow much more, but they're certainly going to mature, which is no bad thing. This is where the unexpected heritage potatoes sprung up, and they did spring up, and I've eaten some, and there's still some there under the soil, so that turned out better than expected. In fact, I wasn't expecting it at all, so I thought that was quite pleasing. There is just about the last fruitful garden vlog of the year. I'm really putting this channel into readings, really, because they go all year round, and they seem to get a few more views, although you just never know on YouTube. But I'll show you what's going on. You know, if anything happens, I'll do another garden vlog. But I think that's probably going to be it for this year. In a few weeks' time, all the leaves will have gone off the trees behind me, and it'll be a very different story. So thanks very much for watching. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. There's bound to be more at some point. And I know a lot of you guys are enjoying the readings. There'll be many more of those. So hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, and leave me a comment if you will. It's always good to share the journey. Meanwhile, if you've been growing stuff this year, I hope you had good luck with it. I hope you had better luck than I did. And anyway, I'm going to go in and cook some of those potatoes now, because we did get plenty of those. So take care of yourselves. Peace.